All right, and we're back, and you're listening to Heard the Word Radio Gospel Show right here on AZ Soul, and that was none other than Hezekiah Walker with Every Praise. We told you all at the top of the show that we're going to be having a special guest call in on today. Again, we have lost this weekend a legend, an icon in the community of music and of all genres, and just definitely a part of a culture that we represent by the name of Earl Simmons, aka DMX. And so, we have a special guest to call in on today. He's here is a great brother that we've come to know from our radio personality, Trucker Charles, that's here in the building. And this is, as he announced earlier, this is his cousin. And this is MJ from Def Jam. Are you there, MJ?
Oh yeah, I'm good, man. How everybody doing?
Man, we're doing pretty good on today, man. Brother, just blessed to be amongst the living. Amen. To be amongst the living on today. And man, and definitely it's an honor and a pleasure to have you as a guest on this show here with Heard the Word. We always have special guests and just interesting people. And so we're glad that you took a time out today in order to be on the show. And so with all was hey, we don't want to hold anything back. Just introduce yourself to the people and tell them your name and and who you are.
Yeah, man. Like I said, man, I appreciate y'all for having me. Like I said, my name is MJ. My biological name is Michael Jackson. Um, Originally from Arkansas. Moved to LA in 2016. And I started working at Def Jam in 2018. Been here for about 2 years and like 9 months. And I work in the promotions department. So that's radio, that's touring, that's lifestyle marketing. Some of the artists we work with is Kanye West, Janae Eco, Justin Bieber, and yeah, man, for the most part, man, I'm glad to be here.
Wow, man, that's awesome, man. So we're glad you're here as well. But you had mentioned your particular title, and you said you were a promotions coordinator.
Yeah, I'm the promotions coordinator. So basically, I handle like all the day-to-day operations of the promotions department, and I also assist the head of promotion, and I also handle budgets for each artist.
Okay, man, that's awesome, brother. And so, I mean, the type of job that you do, I mean, I've never heard of that particular position, but I'm pretty sure that's the position definitely that you chose them. Did you go to school or anything as far as to get the experience in that position?
Yeah, man, very interesting. So, like, this is like a little quick backstory. Like, my dad was a DJ back home, and I grew up kind of listening to him. And then when I went off and graduated from high school, I went to school at University of Arkansas Little Rock,
Okay.
studied in mass communication. And I went to I went to intern like all the local radio stations. So like we had like a Power 92 Jams, we had an iHeart that was there as well. So I kind of interned with like various radio stations.
Okay.
And then I met a regional rep for Atlantic Records at the time. So what they do is like they go to radio stations, pitch their music to get songs played on the radio. Um, and I met this lady, she's like this is the regional manager at Atlantic, and then I got an internship at Atlantic Records in 2017 in their promotions department out here in LA.
Okay.
And then from there, I landed a job at the Recording Academy, which is the Grammys, and I worked in Maryland for like a half a year. And then I met someone that knew somebody that was hiring at Def Jam in their promotions department. And
Uh,
so basically, it was kind of like networking, and then I also got experience working in like promotions, like radio field.
okay. All right, man. But I'll tell you, man, that's a awesome resume that you already have. And how old you say you are?
I'm 27.
27. Man, that's an awesome resume already. And I mean, I guess with a name like Michael Jackson, but AKA MJ, yeah, you definitely headed for greatness. Most definitely. So this week we lost, of course, one of Def Jam artist by the name of Earl Simmons, aka DMX. And I mean, have you had any personal experiences, relationship, one-on-ones with DMX? You know, it's been so many different stories about this man itself that only lived to be 50 years of age. But there's so many stories that people have been able to call in different stations and tell about how this gentleman has touched their life. Is there something that may have you wanted to share?
Yeah, I mean, like most people, I grew up a DMX fan. Like I was explaining to someone the other day, like DMX is kind of like the first superstar rap artist of like my generation because like I was born in '93, and obviously Pac and Big died. So when X comes onto the scene in '98, he's like the first superstar rap artist that we like watching in real time.
Right.
So last year. DMX, I think he signed a deal. I want to say 2019 he signed, and he came back to the company. He was working on his album, and then they did the versus battle with him and Snoop Dogg.
Oh man, that was something else right there.
Yeah, and that's when I got a chance to meet him out in LA. He was a good spirit, man. When I saw him, like I was like, when you watch people on TV, you think they're like prima donnas or like diva-ish.
Right.
He was super humble, man. He was super like he came into the room, shook everyone's hand, and like, hey, how you doing? Like just, he was like happy to be back on that main stage, and I got a chance to talk to him. I was like, man, you killed it tonight. I was in the record job, and man, you killed it tonight. I was like, I wish you would play my song. He had a song called Trina Mo from his Great Depression album that I used to love, and he was like, oh yeah, I got this. He was super cool, man. He was very, like I said, very kind, very humble, and he had this aura about him, man. That like he was just that guy.
Wow, man! I'm telling you, I mean, that's an awesome experience to have. I mean, just from that time meeting him. I mean, what impact can you say that he's made in your life that you'll never forget?
Man, like I said, he's like the first, I'm a big advocate of hip hop, obviously, man, but the thing about DMX, I feel like he really embodied, like, the spirit of, like, being holy and, like, being godly, like, in his music. Like, it ain't too many rappers that, like, I mean, obviously kind of less recently, but, like, from the beginning, like, DMX had prayers in his album.
Right.
And, like, one thing I always loved about DMX just from far is that, like, he was always vulnerable. And he didn't mind sharing, like, spilling his heart out, his soul out in his music, right? So it kind of allows you as a person to be like, man, if this dude can be vulnerable and, express his traumas, like, openly and publicly, like, it just gives you that feeling that you can be free, that you can do it too.
Exactly. And one thing that you expounded upon about, the DMX, of course, not everybody may have took the time out to listen to his lyrics, to his words. Of course, commercially, they're only going to play certain things, this commercially. But inside that CD was definitely songs where he reached out to God and he prayed. Like you said, he had one of the best prayers. I think we're going to cue that up, and I think it's queued up to play a little bit, just give people a little snippet of it. But not everybody heard that part, knew that part of DMX. Some people only knew him as an actor. They knew him as a Rough Rider, but not everybody was able to connect with him on the spiritual level. That man was definitely in tune with God himself. I definitely had an experience.
Yeah, you want to hear a little bit of that?
Yeah. So Mark the Spot, stay with us right here. He's going to cue up a little bit of DMX.
I'm just learning how to pray. Bear with me. First, I thank you for the life of everyone that's here with me. Then I thank you for the love you give me. Why? I don't know. I don't deserve it, but it hurts inside. Many a nights I cried and called your name out loud, but didn't call you when I was doing good, too proud. And still you gave me love. I wasn't used to that. Most of the people that gave me love ended up taking it back. That's something new to me. So I'm asking you for time to adjust. Let me make it there. I will be one you can trust. What I stand for, I put my life on. I do. I guess what I'm asking is, show me how to stand for you. And I will rap for you, sing for you, reach for you, preach for you, teach for you. I will love you like you love me, unconditionally. And I will always be prepared for whatever the mission will be. Give the nutrition to me, and I'll properly digest it. And when I give it back, I will show you word well invested. And wherever I go, before I go, let me give. Thanks to you, Lord, for my birth, for every day that I've lived. You gave me a love most of my life I didn't know was there. I give you my life because you cared. Amen.
Amen. All right. Amen. Amen. So, I mean, that's truly amazing right there. You know, when he did that prayer, the people that he was with did not expect that to be like that.
Right.
You know, but you know, there's a couple songs that I forget which album was on where he had made a song with Faith Evans, and he had dedicated with it the Great Depression it is, where he had dedicated the song to his grandmother, and so you know, his grandmothers, we know his grandmothers were raising kids, you know, raising their own kid, you know, grandchildren and what have you, because of the background and what have you, you know, that, you know, we don't have to go into, but his grandmother had instilled within him great things. And definitely she instilled with him to have a relationship with God.
Right.
And that's something that he stuck to. You know, there's a lot of people out here that don't realize that having that relationship with the Father is most important. And DMX made sure that he represented that a lot of the times.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And you know, even that, I think the younger generation, or the generation at that time, church attendance went up.
Mm-hmm.
Because he did make them feel a little bit more freer to express and operate within the spirit realm openly.
Yes.
Prior to that, adults made, you know, serving God a chore, and he made it a gateway to God. You know, if I could say it like that.
I mean, a lot of people connected on that level, you know, to show what God's grace really was.
Right.
There were some people that were in the church that didn't feel like they were worthy of God's grace, but they were connected to DMX,
Right.
you know, that was able to show them and help people through some trying times. There's been a lot of stories, a lot of testimonies on how people connected to his music, that it was amazing. It changed their life. You know, it's something else.
Hey, MJ.
Yo.
Still there? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have MJ, a Def Jam promo exec on the line with us live. He worked directly with Earl, DMX. I was going to ask you, did you ever get a chance to meet Earl? I know you met DMX, but did you ever meet Earl?
You know what? It's weird to say, to be honest with you. I would, asking him that way,
Yeah.
I would say it was more Earl than it was DMX.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Because he was more like, he was even like, it was a moment where I was doing like that shit battle, and he was FaceTiming, I think it was a kid, I don't even know if it was, I'm assuming it was a kid, and he was like laughing and like joyful, and you know the story of DMX, like everything we went through, like to see him like in that element, and we like laughing with the kid and like dancing and stuff, it was like, it was interesting like to see.
Yeah. You know what marks the spot? Interesting enough. I met Earl Simmons.
you met Earl Simmons?
I met Earl Simmons, and I say I met Earl Simmons because listen to the story, and I'll tell you why. And you see why I met Earl Simmons about 21 years ago. I just came to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona,
Right.
and I came here on a vacation. It was supposed to be a 2-3 week vacation. True story. And we were at Uncle Jed's Cut Hut. Shout out to one of the nostalgic barbershops right here in Central Phoenix. My cousin was cutting hair with Rob, from the proprietor at the time, and DMX just happened to come through the door. They shut down the shop and everything, and closed the blinds. And he had just came out to Phoenix also to do a part of an album. I don't know if you're familiar with that, MJ. When he came to Phoenix, he even had a. Yeah, that's right. So Judd, Uncle Jed's Cut Hut. He came, of course. He was bald, so he came to get his beard done. So I'm standing there next to my other cousin that was in the chair getting his hair cut by his brother, and we're standing there in the shop closed. So we're just doing our thing, and he came up to me, introduced himself as Earl Simmons, and I never knew his real name. Right. He said, "Man, how you doing, man? I'm Earl Simmons." I said, "Earl Simmons?" I said, "No, you DMX." He said, "Earl Simmons." I looked at him. I said, "Man, Thomas Hurd." I gave him my full government name. And then, he started talking to me. We sat down on the couch while he was waiting to get trimmed up. And he started asking, he said, "Man, you from here?" And I said, "No, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio." Shout out. He said, "Oh, okay, yeah, man, this is a better place from Cleveland." Of course, I'm not from here, being from New York. It's a lot slower, it's a lot more opportunity out here. And I'm listening to him, and as he's talking to me, he said, "So you thinking about moving out here?" And I told him, "I'm just really here on a vacation." He said, "Man, this is a great place to come. I'm pretty sure you could have more of an opportunity of being here in Phoenix than you would in Cleveland." He said, "Matter of fact, I'm thinking about moving out here at the same time." And so that kind of rested in my spirit. So when we left from the barbershop that day, it was a Saturday, beautiful sun was shining, and I'm sitting there, my cousin was driving, and we're going along. That's when the 202, before 202 was the 202, and right. The 101 was the 101, and we're driving home, and I said, something rested in my spirit. I said, "You know what? You ought to move here." DMX convinced me to move here. Well, I say Earl Simmons convinced me to make Phoenix my home. And I've been here 20-some years since. And when I came, my whole life had changed. So he spoke something into my life. I didn't come out here to live. I never knew what Phoenix was about. I thought raising Arizona was all it was about, desert. I didn't want to live here. But I came out on a two-week vacation. And I decided to stay after a couple of days, and definitely because I crossed paths with Earl Simmons. So yes, I met Earl Simmons. And so, it's an interesting story that I hold to my heart, and this is why I definitely want to take this opportunity to bring you on and just speak about him. This is a gospel radio show, but this man was about God. And I know he was used by God definitely to speak into my life because of the things that I have produced just from being obedient and having that conversation with him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm going to just add to that. So, I know some of y'all might not really understand what we're talking about when we say DMX and Earl Simmons, which is his government name. Sometimes we do have multiple personalities. And Earl Simmons was the calm, clean cut, very well spoken, very well educated young man, and DMX was his character. And sometimes I think we tend to forget that we listening to characters, and it don't really mean that that's who their real life is. And so, just so that y'all know, Earl Simmons and DMX, same human body, different personalities.
Yeah, because sometimes y'all may get Heard the Word, and it depends on sometimes y'all may get Thomas Hurd.
Okay.
And then my boys will get third. But that's all right. But it is a blessing to be able to even operate in different personalities and do some good.
Man.
I mean, people look down sometimes. I mean, I understand some people can be medically treated for, which, I'm pretty sure later in the year we'll talk about mental illness and what have you a little bit more. But, despite all that, I just wanted to give a shout out to him on today. And just know that, there's a family out there that's hurting. They've lost a loved one. Of course, we as fans, we've lost a loved one, but he still has a family, has children, and what have you. We want to make sure that we keep them in prayer because grieving and being heartbroken is no fun and games. And so we just want to pray for his children that, that none of them get depressed and maybe want to go down different paths that he went and what have you. Just know that your father was a great man, an awesome man, and his legacy will live on here at AZ Soul.
Yes.
Facts. So MJ, where can the folks find you, brother?
Oh man, like I said, you know, on Facebook, it's Mike Jackson on Facebook. My Instagram is at Mike Jackson12, MICJK2K12.
All right, right on, man.
All right, so we'll make sure we get that information and post that up also as well, so that way you can go back and take a look at it. Well, brother, we appreciate you giving us some time today and allowing us to, again, celebrate the life of a icon, legend, and man of God. I'm going to say it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
All right, now, so stay locked in, continue to follow us, and we'll continue to follow you right here at Heard the Word Radio on AZ Soul.
So Mike Jack.
There we go. So stay locked in. Hey, you were listening to Heard the Word Radio Gospel Show. Some. I mean, that's all right. You just got done listening to MJ, Def Jam promotions coordinator, and he is the cousin of none other than our Trucker Charles.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So please, again, if here at AZ Soul, Heard the Word, we're always going to have different guests, whether they're calling in or they showing up at the studio. We're not going to be like Mr. Rogers, let everybody pop up. Check your temperature.
Check your temp.
At the door.
Yo, that was my man MJ.
Yeah, so make sure you subscribe to YouTube at Heard the Word. Subscribe to YouTube at Heard the Word. Make sure you go follow us because we're going to put up all different content behind the scenes. Him slapping me slapping him. It's all good.
Shout him out, Truck.
Yes.
Yeah. So make sure that you stay with us and follow us. All right, each and every Sunday on the week, and say what's up to the people, Charles.
Yes. Hello, brothers and sisters.
Say
Lots
greetings.
of Valley throughout the world. This is Trucker
Mike
Charles.
Jackson, MJ.
Live in person on AZ Soul.
Handle DMX.
Y'all like how he did that?
So
He
we
said
rolling.
live and in person,
In person.
right here
AZ.
on AZ Soul.
I'm not imitated nor duplicated. I'm original, authentic.
I heard that. None of them educated, educated. Charles is from Arkansas, and so
Arkansas.
Arkansas. He's from
That's an
Arkansas.
insult.
Yeah. No, that's not an insult. What part of Arkansas are you from? Tell the people.
I'm
what part.
originally from a town called Marianna, Arkansas.
Marianna. Now you said it's originally called. So is it called something else now?
No, I'm saying that's
Oh.
where I'm originally from.
Okay. But you from all over.
Oh no, I do my traveling.
Do you travel? Trucker Charles is a truck driver. He just got in town, and he made sure he stopped by the radio station to holler at his boys, and we love trucking down here.
Uncle Trucker.
Yes.
Sir. Yes, sir. So don't forget, you can always give us a call. Shout us out, 602-464-3777. And that's the number to the station. So you can give us a call, whatever. We're going to screen your call. Just don't call with no craziness. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to make sure that you calling in, but you got something to say. All right? So, we want to celebrate the life. We could have talked about more today. Those that are watching the the Chauvin and George Floyd trial that's going on. It's pretty touching, but make sure that you are, tuned in. Keep that eye open. All right.
Yes, sir.
Watching you, watching me. All right. Anything else you want to say?
Man, I'm good.
You good? You good? Tell them.
Man.
Tell them about
Tell me,
Thursday
man.
night. Tell them we'll go down on
Oh
Thursday.
man, Thursday. We can talk about that right now.
Yeah.
Thursday night, y'all. We do a Stop the Music, where we playing some of the coldest jams you've ever heard. And then we're interrupted with some conversation. That's why it's called Stop the Music.
Mm-hmm.
We do a lot of current topics, but being that I have my degree is in psychology, and I am a relationships expert.
He's the guru.
The guru of love, the love doctor.
Mm-hmm.
They'll hit the spot. That's why he's marched the spot.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
For
Charles.
sure. I like that, Chuck. He'll hit the spot.
Right,
hit
so
the
make
spot.
sure you subscribe right here to YouTube,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Make sure you subscribe. Go to Heard the Word. Tell them where to go on Facebook. There you
On
go. Point to
Facebook.
that above your head.
Point
So
up above.
There you go. Facebook.
Right there. Bang. AZ Soul.
AZ Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you go there, AZ Soul. On
And-
Facebook, go to Heard the Word Radio Gospel Show and link up with us. And also under Thomas
Yeah,
Heard.
Thomas Hurd. Marks the spot. 02. Man, y'all check us out. We'll be live. We talk about it all. You call in. We interact with you.
Yes.
You got questions and whatnot. Shoot us a question right now. You got a relationship question.
Yeah, shoot it on his page. The
hit me.
Guru. The
And-
Guru will answer.
Oh, we'll go live and you can call in, talk about it. We use an anonymous.
Anonymous.
Or if you got somebody you want to talk directly to, we'll be the in between. What's that called? The go between,
The liaison.
the liaison,
The liaison.
the arbitrator.
Yes. Shout out to all of our sponsors that's coming back in. We appreciate again everybody that's been following us, that's been hanging with us through our hiatus as we have.
Man.
But we're back, and so all of our sponsorships, come on back.
And what about for the graphics now?
Well, definitely for the graphic.
What about the graphic?
What about the
graphic?
graphic?
What about the graphic?
Who can you reach for the graphic?
This graphics right here. This is none other than Charles. That's an awesome graphic that he's done, and we'll post up some more stuff. All the graphics that you see on the social media. Charles Redden. He's a birthday. He's a birthday guy. So if you want some graphics, matter of fact, you tell him. You tell him, Charles.
Reach me on Facebook, Charles Redden, or you can email me at. You can email me at. Dr. Charles Redden at gmail.com.
That's Doctor Detroit. Yeah. So yeah, you can definitely reach him. Charles Redden. He's an awesome graphic designer.
CD covers,
CD
t-shirts,
covers. He does it all.
Obituaries.
obituaries.
Yes. Memories, what have
slideshows.
you. So check out if you follow us on Facebook and what have you, and you'll see all those different graphics that is done. None other than Dr. Charles. Trucker Charles. Hallmark even reached out to him. Who else? Some of the famous people that reached out to you. You got a Hallmark that reached out to you recently.
Oh, your Koch Records.
Yeah.
Yes.
see?
Yes. A few people.
Yeah. Leon Spinks
Leon
family.
Spinks, yes.
Yeah, you did the thing for Leon. I'm gonna knock you out. You did one of them.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. Well, we appreciate all gifts and talents. Believe me, his prices are affordable. So if you want to get in touch with him, he told you how to do it, and he'll put something up there on Facebook. All right.
Yes.
So again, make sure you subscribe, like, love, share this video on all media platforms, and hey, we want to pump you up. That's all of our shout out to the 90s. As we're saluting the 90s today.
Yes, sir.
All right, people, we appreciate you. We're signing off.